So I actually wanted to start a series like this last year, but I just didn't really have the energy to do so. Now that I have more people that watch my videos, I figured I would give an opinion on all of the comebacks that I felt were pretty significant within the month of January. This will be a rating and ranking video. I'm going to be starting from my least favorite to my favorite at the end. And this is only January, so like ATEEZ and Halazia, sorry bucko, you are in December, so you're not going to be in this video. That song literally came out on the 30th of December. I'm still not putting it in this video. I'm very strict. I shouldn't even really have to say this, but I will clarify that this is my subjective opinion. If you have a different taste, then that's perfectly okay. Like, if we all have the same musical taste, then this world would be very boring. I'm going to keep the opinions pretty brief, every single one, because we have 12 to get through, so I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. Let's get right into it. I'm literally made an entire video talking about how much I dislike this comeback and the entire album. The biggest reason I dislike this song and most of the album is the really bad production. They really just gave them a bunch of really loud instrumentals on this album and said, hey, enjoy it. They're pushing this very girl boss concept, and I'm all for that. I do like some of the styling. I think they sound great. You have some of the best vocalists in the industry on your team. I think the way some of the vocals are mixed, like how Winter sounds and how some of the other members sound almost like grainy. I do like the harmonization during the chorus. I think they sound pretty good. But besides that, there's just really little about this song that I like at all. It's just so bland for me. There's nothing here that is doing anything. It's just boring. The least SM could do is give them better music than Super M, and they can't even do that, which is pretty sad. Winter looks fantastic. I give this a 5.5 out of 10. Twinkle Twinkle by ILY1. I've heard people talk about this group, and I just haven't listened to their music yet. I did see though someone on TikTok say that their music sounds like the revival of Christian horse girl music, and that was funny to me. It's one of those light, airy, cute concepts, something somewhat similar to like an early G-Friend concept, but I think a lot of early G-Friend had this like interesting, dramatic feel to some of their music. This doesn't really have that, it's just cute. With that being said, I don't hate it. It sounds pretty good, the production sounds pretty decent, the vocals are okay, some of the visuals are pretty decent. It is a song that is good enough to me that I will check out the rest of their music, but it doesn't separate itself enough from other songs like it that makes me love it. I do still quite like it though. I'll give it like a 7.4 or 7.5 out of 10. So this song is less of a featuring Jimin and more of like a straight up duet with them. Like they both get very equal line distribution, and it feels good because I was really scared that they were just going to rush Jimin onto the song for like one verse and that was it. It's what I like to call a fun, sexy song, right? It's got a nice tempo to it, got some sexy outfits, some sexy lyrics. The styling is very minimalistic. The sets are very minimalistic. It is basically everything I expected from what this team up was going to be, and I'm happy that Jimin is now featured on a song that just outwardly is more of a sexy concept with a different music video style than to what BTS normally does. Also, I think that Jimin sounds really good on the song, and Taeyang does as well. He's also a very good vocalist. But this song is very vanilla to me. It's very basic. That's not a bad thing. It's just not something that's going to elevate it any higher. I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Reason My Dreamcatcher was a nice little kind of thank you to the fans. It was a fan song, and they've done this before. Feels like a nice little compilation song. The music video is a compilation of them through their concerts through the years, and some of them from their early days to now. You know, if you're a diehard Dreamcatcher fan, you're probably gonna get emotional listening to the song or watching the music video. For me personally, I am an insomnia, but I will say that I haven't been keeping up the most with Dreamcatcher over the last couple months just because kind of burnt myself out with them as a group and have just been getting into new groups like LE SSERAFIM, New Jeans. It does to me sound like an older Dreamcatcher song, which I do like a lot more. It's just that the individual verses and stuff are a bit boring to me this time around. I will say that I do like some of the experimentation they do on the chorus, and the way that Siyun sings the chorus is amazing. Like, she just reminds you that she is one of the best female vocalists out right now, probably top 3 easily for me. It's a fun, cute little song, thanking the fans and stuff, and that's cool, but I just don't really love it all that much. 7.5 for me.
It's right now. So 8 Turn by some people was being hyped up to be like the boy version of New Jeans with some of the early concept photos and stuff, and I could see it. The difference is that when it came to their sound, they also meshed some of that neutro sound into the music. For Tic Tac, it doesn't really feel like neutro or like they're even trying to go for that kind of concept. I do think this music video is one of the most interesting music videos I have seen recently in K-pop. It is edited fantastically. The styling is so odd, but also so cool in some areas. There wasn't a vocal performance to me really that stood out at all. And the song itself, like, I feel like the drop going into the chorus, it doesn't build itself up enough, and then when it drops, there's no oomph to it. You'll just have to listen to it and tell me what you feel. I don't feel any sort of exhilaration when it drops. It just feels like it drops. I will say though, I liked it the more it went on. Like, the more I listened to it, I was like, okay, I kind of fuck with this a little bit. But really what wowed me is just the music video. It is so pretty. It's so well done. Like, they are really taking Chungha's money. Okay, that's all I'll say. Anyway, I'll give it a little higher than a 7.5. I enjoyed it. It'll make me pay attention to them in the future, but it's not anything that was like amazing to me. Definitely was not a New Jeans boy version debut.
I've been craving for your love, can't see nobody but us. So I see it from across the room, make my way over to you. I'm tripping over butterflies.
Moonlight Sunrise by Twice is a Twice song, and I already talked about this in a previous video. I made a whole video about it. It's good. It is perfectly mid for them, and I say mid in a good way here. Like, it is not bad, but it's not their best work, and that's okay. I personally think that this song is a lot better than the feels in like every way. I think that the high notes, especially at the end, like by Nayeon and Geo, like, they sound really, really good. Mina shines a lot on this song too. I think that she sounded really great. I also like Chewie on this as well. It's a nice little playfully sexy comeback for them, and that's fine. This is just a pre-release. This isn't even like the main comeback leading up to it. I think the only thing that's underwhelming about it is that it is kind of a mid song, and like the pre-release is supposed to get you hyped for the actual album, and this doesn't really get me all that excited for the album, but kind of just depends person to person for that. But for me personally, it's like a 7.7 out of 10. It's been a while since Signature came back, man. I think their last comeback was Boyfriend, and I ended up really liking that song. I think that is one of their best, if not their best comeback. So for this song, I was like, it's pretty interesting to see what they're going to come back with. And this is a light, cute concept. It doesn't do anything particularly special for me, kind of like Twinkle Twinkle earlier, but I will say I do like this a little more than Twinkle Twinkle, mainly because that chorus is very good. There is some styling that I don't think really fits some of the members visually. Like, there's some weird like hat choices. Like, they try to stick too many fuzzy hats on people, and it's like sometimes it just doesn't look amazing. I can feel that this song is going to grow on me. You know those songs that you listen to the first time, you don't love it, but you know, hey, this song is going to grow on me a little bit. I know it is. This is one of those songs. I feel like this song is going to grow on me a little bit because I do like some of the vocal performances here, and I do think that chorus is very catchy. I also love Belle and G1, hopefully I'm saying those right,
Their smiles are so infectious, bro. Like, they got such nice smiles. Not gonna give it an 8 because I don't think it's an 8, but I'll give it like a 7.9 out of 10. I feel like that feels good. The thing about Ayo by NCT 127 is that the first time I listened to it, I was like, what the fuck is going on? The melody and tempo changes were like so odd throughout a lot of the pre-chorus and the chorus that it really confused me listening to it the first time. I was honestly like confused listening to the song for the first time. And there are things I don't like about this song and this music video. Music video wise, the styling is fucking weird. Like, why? What is going on here? And the song itself, it feels a bit melodramatic. Like, it feels a little slower than it needs to be. NCT has this very neo-centric sound to them, right? And the last time I really liked one of their comebacks was Superhuman, like, that I really liked. Surprisingly, this song does share some similarities, especially through the music video. There's like some sets and some editing that is a little similar. I don't think that the rap verse by Mark and Johnny is all that amazing at the end. I always know they're coming in at the end. It's very predictable at this point. And I think this was one of their weaker verses. I just didn't really love it. Do-young ate this song up though. Bro gave us the vocals and he ate up the concept. There's something about me that really loves how they changed the pitch of the synth in this song, and it sounds really cool. There's also this little piano they kind of weave in here and there throughout the song, and why didn't they use that more? The song would have sounded a million times better if they just used that more. I am very happy to say that this song is so much better than Two Baddies, One Porsche. That is one of the worst K-pop songs I've ever listened to in my entire life. I was so disappointed in them because their music quality for me has taken a very sharp decline, in my opinion. And I think this song is pretty good. I'll give it its credit. I'll give NCT their credit. This song is pretty good. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10, but it could drop or it could raise for me. This is one of those songs that it's weird. Any given day, this could change. Now we're going to start getting into like the cream of the crop. Like, these are the 4 comebacks that I think are the best of the month, that really headlined the month. And we're starting off with Love War by Choi Yena. And this is the concept that I wanted her to do. I didn't want a Smiley 3.0 or a Smartphone 2.0. I wanted a darker concept from her because she's one of the few members in IZ*ONE that showed flashes of like having the ability to do a darker concept, right? And she did it. And she did it really well. I love how moody this song is. It's very moody, so is the music video, and I love it. I love her vocal performance on this. It's just the perfect tone. The main thing I don't like about this song that keeps it from being higher is, I think, you say his name Bio or Bayo? Maybe it's Bayo. I simply do not like his verse. I do not like his verse very much. I just think his tonality and the way he sings, right? The way his voice sounds. It's not, I don't hate his voice, but it doesn't match the feeling of the song for me. His voice has a much more upbeat, like higher tone to it, and it almost sounds a little nasally to me, and it just does not flow with Yena's choice of tone, which is a lot more soft. Overall, I think this is her best comeback so far, and I hope she continues with this concept because I love it. 8.4 out of 10.
Everything I do a A1 flawless. Make them go insane. Pandemonium, buy it. Always looking fresh, got the green in my diet. Head to my toe, shining like canary diamond.
I didn't really get to talk too much about my thoughts and my reaction to this song. I haven't talked about this song that much since it came out, but I love this song. This is XG's best song to me. It's not even particularly close. I also think the accompanying B-side to this, which is Left Right, is also very good. Very, very good. Dangerously good, to where I'll say that it might be as good as Shooting Star. Left Right to me sounds like an Ariana Grande B-side done right. I think that's the best description I could say for that. The song's very interesting because it starts off with this very trap-inspired rap verse at the beginning, and you know, they have auto-tune over their voices, and I think that they took inspiration from Western hip-hop, especially like 2018, early 2019 sounding hip-hop. Like, before I got into K-pop, I listened to nothing but hip-hop, and I did live through the mumble rapper phase in hip-hop and people like Lil Pump. I don't hate the auto-tune because I've listened to much worse. I've listened to Permission to Dance by BTS, and that's no shade, but that autotune in that song is atrocious. Anyway, the rest of the song is so colorful and bright. Like, there's this very apparent juxtaposition between like that winter set they got going on and like the rest of the music video, which is like rainbows and bright and fun. And I love the chorus. It's very chill, but it's probably their best chorus so far. I think it's way better than Mascara. I think it's way better than Tippy Toes. Maya and Hanada get more lines, which is awesome because I think they deserve it. And I think this is just like their best edited music video as well. They have the best sets. They have arguably some of the best styling going on. This is their best song. I'll give it an 8.5, 8.5 out of 10. The devil said, give me more, give me more. 이리 와서 더 같이 놀자. Sugar Rush Ride may not be my favorite TXT B-side, but it is definitely top 3. I love this Netherland whimsical feel to a lot of the visuals, but there's also a very like deeper, eerie nature to a lot of it. It's very seductive. A lot of the individual verses sound like summer songs, and that's cool. I like that part, but what I like more is the chorus and the last chorus, because it completely switches into this anti-drop. And I will admit the anti-drop is not the best anti-drop I've ever heard in my life. It's a pretty average anti-drop, but I do like the difference between the chorus and the rest of the verses. I think it makes the song feel a lot better than if it was just Coco Bop version 2. The last chorus is far beyond the best part of the whole song. I love how it kicks into a higher tempo and kind of meshes both the chorus that we saw during most of the song and the individual verses and the instrumentals together. I love the guitar in this song. I think the visuals are fantastic. I think the music video looks great. I think the vocal tonality of the members like Taeyeon and Soobin in this song are really, really good. I love this. 9.2 out of 10. Great TXT comeback. They always give us good music.
이 노래는 it's about you, baby. Only you. You.
So what am I supposed to say about OMG that hasn't been said by the rest of the internet already? This song absolutely blew up. In fact, I think blew up is probably an understatement. The amount of TikToks I've seen of people who had no affiliation with K-pop, never talked about it before, but are talking about it now. My friends who did not have any sort of affiliation with K-pop before now have started listening to New Jeans and have gotten into other groups because of them. It's addictive. It's a New Jeans song, and it's crazy that it took 6 songs for New Jeans to immediately find their sound. They have this neutral concept, but it's a lot more than that. They have these really fun choruses and these very addictive melodies to their songs, and they have this very distinct sound, and I think it works perfectly for them. And it's crazy because at first, after I listened to this for the first time, I didn't really think this is one of their better songs. I was like, this kind of just sounds like maybe their 3rd or 4th best song. To me, it's their 3rd best song behind Hype Boy and Ditto personally, but I really don't have a major flaw with this song. I'm not giving it a 10 because there are literally like less than half a dozen K-pop songs of all time that I think are 10 out of 10s, but this is pretty damn close. It is a fantastic release by New Jeans, and at this point I'm starting to wonder, are we ever going to get a bad New Jeans comeback? I know we want to talk about Le Sseraf and we want to talk about IVE for being the best rookies, but look, New Jeans is dominating right now. They are absolutely dominating. The lore for this is like super confusing but also really interesting. And I think that like Ditto and OMG are like heads and tails on the same coin, right? Like they perfectly play off one another. Ditto is like more of an emotional sounding song. It's got this very nostalgic feel to it, but like OMG has this much more upbeat, bubbly personality to it compared to Ditto. I think they play off each other really well, and I think OMG is great. Fantastic. 9.7 out of 10. It is very good.
Oh my God.